I've tied the knot on the right corner of the slit, and we are going to border the slit and the neck together. So take out the loop, chain 1 and make 1 SE into the very first SE here. In this next chain space, make 4 SEs. 2, 3 and 4. We have 1 SE, make 1 SE into this SE. Then into this chain space, make 1, 2, 3 and 4 SEs here. Into this SE, make 1 SE like this. This is one side of the slit, and this is the chain 1, the demarcation, and just make 1 SE here. The next SE on the other side, make 1 SE. Into this chain space, make SEs 1, 2, 3 and 4. Another SE into the next SE, and into this chain space again make 4 SEs. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the slit is completely bordered. This is the corner chain on the left side of the shoulder slit, and into this chain make 6 SEs. 5 and 6. And here we are going to make picots as well. So after 6 SEs, make 1 picot, and only in the corner we are going to make 6. We have made 6 SEs. Now 1 SE into the next SE. Keep making SEs, and after 5 SEs make 1 picot. So into this chain space we had to make 5. After 4 make a picot, because we made 1 in the previous SE as well, like this, and in the next SE make 1 SE. So 1 SE, and after making 4 SEs into this space, a total of 5 SEs completed, will make a picot. We are not increasing or decreasing the stitches, just make the SEs according to the number of chains, and just keep making picot after every 5 SEs made, like this. 1 SE into the next SE. This is the shoulder joint nearing. We have this space around 3 SE space. So here make 3 SEs. This is the shoulder joint. In this space here make 1 SE. In the next space here make 1 SE. We have a total of 5 SEs. Make a picot. We have more space in this chain space, so make around 2 SEs here. 1 and 2. Like this only, we'll surround the border all round the neck and reach the slit on the other side, the slit corner onto the right side. So SE in the next space, and after you finish 5 SEs, make a picot like this. Here in this SE make 1 SE. In the next space, after 4 SEs, a total of 5, and then we'll make a picot. So 1 SE in the SE we made, and 4 will make here, and then we'll make a picot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more, 5, and now make a picot. Chain 3 and make a picot. Keep the stitches tight so they'll come up really clean. 1 more to go in the same space. 1 into the next SE, 1 SE into the next SE. This chain 5 will be making 5, but after 4 we'll make a picot, because from last picot we'll be having 5 SEs then. So make a picot after completing the 5 SEs, and make 1 SC into the next SC, into the next chain 5, make 5, but after 4 we'll make a picot. Make a picot, and we had to make one more SC into this space, make one more SC here. So 1 SC and 1 SC into the next. I've completed 5 SCs until here. One more, and then a picot. Please just keep making one SC onto every upcoming stitch, be it a SC or a chain. And after completing 5 SCs in a line, just make a picot of 3 chains. And we'll just go all the way around like this. After 5 SCs, make a picot. Here we have to make 2 more SCs, 1 and 2 in the same space. Like this it is coming up. Then third into this SC, 1 SC into this SC, and after 2 SCs into this space, chain space, we'll make a picot. Because we have a total of 5 SCs, so make a picot. This is the simplest border ever. Just keep count of the number of SCs, after which you have to make a picot, and don't increase or decrease any stitches. Just according to the number of chains and the SC, keep making 5 SCs. After 5 SCs, make a picot. Again here make 5 SCs into this chain 5. And fifth one into this SC and make a picot. Again begin making SCs into the next space, 2, 3, 4 and one more 5 and make a picot, and then make 1 SC into the next SC here, we have a chain space, so begin making SCs into it. 1, 2, 3 into the next space. After making 2 SCs, first make a picot, as we have a total of 5 SCs after the last picot. Then make one more here, one more SC into the same chain space. Then this is the shoulder joint on the other side, just keep making 1 SC in the small stitches, small spaces. So 1 SC and then there is a chain space. So 1, 2, 3 SC, make a picot after a total of 5 SCs. One SC into this SC, next SC. I have reached the corner and here we are going to make 6 SCs and then join it into the chain 1 of the slit. Make 1 picot here after 5 SCs and we're just about to reach 2, 3, 4 and 5 SCs and then make a picot. Again 1 into this, and this is the, now we have reached this corner one where we are going to join the round also. So make 6 SCs into this corner of the slit, right slit. and after making 6 SCs, we are not going to make any picot. Just join it here, insert the hook and make a slip stitch to join this round like this, and here only chain 6 and make a buttonhole. Just slip stitch into the same space where you chain 6. I have made a buttonhole here and secure the knot. This is the small buttonhole, as I have a very small button to stitch on the other side, other corner of the slit here. If you have a bigger this button, then please increase the number of chains and make sure that your button passes through the buttonhole easily. I have secured the button on the other side, other corner of the slit, and this is the buttonhole as well, and it's very befitting. So the button is put as well on the back side, and now we are going to make the borders on the armholes. So nextly we are going to border this sleeve here, the armhole, and we'll follow the same pattern as we made the border around the neck and the slit. This is the back portion of the left armhole, and I am joining it here at the joint of this torso stitch and this yoke stitch here. So just tie the knot, and we'll just following the same pattern, 5 SC onto every upcoming stitch and then 1 picot of 3 chains. So here I am, insert the hook and take out the loop, chain 1 and make 1 SC into the same space here only. Then into the next stitch, insert and make 1 more SC. So we have a total of 2 SCs. After 5 we'll make the picot. Then into the DC, make 1 SC, 3, four onto the next DC, and 5th SC onto the next DC here, and then make a picot. So just be careful that you don't skip any stitch, and just keep making 1 SC onto every stitch below. Again we have this space here. After the DC, the stitch is little large, make 1 SC there, then 1 SC into the SC, 2, 1 SC into the chain, 3, then 1 SC into the first DC here, 4, 1 more SC goes into the second DC, and then make a picot. And this is the pattern we are going to follow all along till we reach the very first SC we made of this round. Again, just keep making 1 SC onto every stitch. 2, 3, 4, and here this is the joint of the front portion. So here be careful, just make 1 SC into every stitch, 1 into this space here, and this is a treble here, DC. So make 1 more into this, then a time for the picot, make a picot here, then more SCs into this DC space, 2, 2 more, 1 more, 3 we have made here, and then into the next space make 1, that is 4, into the next space here make 1, total of 5. Now make a picot. Then we have to make more SCs, so 1, 2 and 3 more go into the same space here, and then 1 into the next space here, 4, and 1 more into the next upcoming space here. We'll make 1 and make picot, and then make the rest of the SCs. So this completes the 5 SC count now, and make 1 SC, 1 picot here. After 5 SCs, we are going to make a picot every time. Now into the same space make 1, 2 SCs, and into the next space make 1, 2 and one more 3, and now is the time for a picot. So make 1 and 2 more in the same space. This is the pattern that is coming up. After 2, make 3 SCs into the next space and then a picot. So this space is the smaller, we made 1 SC, and then into the next space here make 1 and 2, total of 5. Now make a picot. Again into the next space, into the same space make 2 more SCs. Into the next space make 1, total of 3. Into the next space here make 4 and 5. After making 2, make a picot, and then we'll make 1 and 2 more SCs into the same space. Then into the next space make 1, a total of 3 after this picot. Into the space here, first make 2 SCs and a picot now, because after 5 SCs we are making a picot, and then 1 and 2 SCs into the same space. So after picot we made 2 SCs, into this SC make 1 picot, make 1 SC, 3, into the next space make 4th and 5th, and after 5th make a picot. So just keep continuing like this till the end. After 5 SCs, make a picot. Again into the same space make 1 SC, into the next space number 2 SC. This is how it's coming up. This is the shoulder joint here. Insert the hook in the space 3rd SC, in the next space here insert the hook, make the 4th SC. In this space, after 1 SC, make 2 SCs and make a picot. After 5 SCs again make a picot. In this space here again begin making the SCs. 1, 2, 3. In the next space make 1, 4. In this space we'll make 1 more and then make a picot, as it is 5 SCs. Again make 5 SCs, 1 stitch onto 1, 2 and 3 go into the same space here, and then we'll be making 2 more. So 1 into this SC and one into this next chain space here, and then make a picot. Again in the same space make 1, 2 and 3 SC. In the next space 4, in the next space here make one more 5, and then make a picot. In the same space we have more SCs to make, 2 SCs in the same space, and then into the next space 3, 4 and then 5, and after 5 make a picot. In the same space make 1 SC. We are reaching the joint, the beginning first SC. 2. This is the joint stitch of the back torso panel and the yoke. 4, and into this stitch make one more 5, and then make a picot. Chain 3 and make a picot. Now we have reached the end, just yarn over and slip stitch. So this is the finished dress until now. This is the lower frill that I made with 252 chains, and this is the upper portion of the dress. We lined the border of the armhole and we bordered the neck together and one side of the armhole together. Then I bordered the other side of the armhole as well, and see how neatly things have come. I have sewn in all the loose ends wherever. So this is the complete inner dress. Now we need one more frill of this kind, and that I have made with 210 chains this time, with lesser number of pineapples for the upper portion. This is the frill, and this is made with 210 chains. So we have here a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 pineapples here all together. And what we are going to do, just measure the chest portion and centralize this pattern and put the marker for the chest, and in the corresponding stitches onto the back side put the markers to separate the chest portion and the back portion, and we should have equal stitches for both the shoulder portions. So just make sure that you divide the pattern really well. So this is the dress, and this is our frill here for the upper portion, and I just put it here at the front portion like this, one of the layers, and marked the stitches according to the length of the chest portion that we are going to cover, and then mark the corresponding stitches on the back side of this frill as well into the same stitches, and left equal number of pineapples for the front and the back portions and equal number of pineapples for the shoulder portions. So this is our frill that we are going to attach into the dress, and I have very well divided the midsection and the shoulder sections well, with equal number of stitches for the midsection, for the front and back section, and for the shoulder section equal number of stitches should be there, and the pattern symmetry should also be same for both the sections, for front to back and for both the sections that are going to fall off on the shoulders on the arms, the shoulder symmetry should be same. And before we attach this frill to the dress, we'll just make one cream color border at the top of this yellow DC line here, and I'm using the same Hobby India cream shade that I used earlier as well in this dress. I have put the markers well, counting the same number of stitches for the chest and the back portion, as well as the pattern symmetry, centralized, and the same number of stitches for both the shoulder sections has to be same with the same pattern symmetry to fall on both the sides. Please take care and put the markers well in place. This is marker 2. Marker 1 to marker 2 is a front chest portion. Marker 2 to marker 3 is one of the shoulder portions. Marker 3 to marker 4 will be the portion of the frill that is going to fall on the back side, and marker 4 to marker 1 again we have another shoulder portions. This is the front chest portion. This is the marker 1. So I'm going to attach the yarn in the same place I have put my marker into, here only. Attach the yarn well. Insert the hook and take out a loop and chain 2. This is the simplest pattern we are going to follow till the marker 2. Just make one HDC into the next space. Yarn over, make one HDC into the next stitch. Again, one HDC into the next DC below, and we'll continue like this till we reach this marker number 2. This is the chest portion from marker 1 to marker 2. We'll just keep making one HDC at the top of every DC below. There are no decreases in the front midsection and the back midsection of this frill. And the two sections have the same pattern for this cream border. And also the two shoulder sections will have the same pattern of decrease. So just keep making one HDC at the top of every upcoming DC like this. We are covering front chest portion. One HDC into every upcoming DC below like this. From marker 1 to marker 2 will continue like this. I'm nearing this marker 2, a few stitches to go. One HDC into every DC below. So I finished this chest portion bordered with cream color, the round 1 of cream color. This is the chest portion covered from marker 1 to marker 2. I have reached the marker 2 here. And from marker 2 to marker 3, this portion is the shoulder portion. We'll be having a different pattern here. Take out the marker, make the last stitch of the chest portion and put the marker back in place. Now this is the shoulder portion and we'll be decreasing stitches here. So make one DC into the next stitch, another DC into the next stitch, and DC3 and HDC3 and HDC4 will be decreased together. So HDC3 made halfway, HDC4 made halfway, and then both are made together like this. So one HDC into the next stitch, one HDC into the next stitch, and then HDC3 made halfway, HDC4 made halfway, and then both are reduced together like this. This is the pattern we are going to follow till marker 3 for the shoulder portion. One HDC, number 2 HDC, and number 3 HDC of the next stitch and number 4 HDC of the next to next stitch are reduced together. Just keep following this pattern. One HDC in the next stitch, second HDC in the next stitch, and then HDC in the third and HDC in the fourth stitches are reduced together. Just keep making this pattern, and the pattern for the shoulder on the both sides is going to be the same, and the pattern that you are going to follow for the front and back portions, that's going to fall on the body, get attached into the body section of the dress, is going to be the same. So this is the shoulder portion, and just make 1 and 2 HDCs separately, and HDCs 3 and 4 are decreased together like this. From marker 2 to marker 3, this is the pattern we're going to follow, and this pattern will be repeated again onto the other side, onto the other shoulder as well, from marker 4 to marker 1. So I'll be just showing the front portion of the chest, that is going to be repeated on the back portion of the body, and one portion of the shoulder, one side of the shoulder, that is going to be repeated on the other side of the shoulder as well. Just continue like this till we reach the marker number 3. And 4, third and fourth HDCs reduced together. 1 HDC in the next DC below, second HDC in the next DC below, and HDC 3 in the next stitch, and HDC 4 of the next to next stitch are reduced together like this. Three and 4 HDCs are reduced together. 1 HDC, number 2 HDC, and then third and fourth HDCs of the upcoming 2 stitches are reduced together. I'm nearing this marker number 3. Just keep repeating the pattern. Third and the fourth HDCs are reduced together. Fewer number of stitches left to reach the marker number 3, the end of the shoulder section, one of the shoulder sections. Take out the marker, one more stitch to go, just make 1 HDC into this. Put the marker back in place. Very important step, don't forget. And this is the back portion from marker 3 to marker 4. This is same as the front chest portion, 1 HDC at the top of every DC below. From marker 4 to marker 1 is the second shoulder portion, and we'll be decreasing the stitches the same way. I've finished both the front and back portion of the midsection and both the shoulders. 1 HDC onto 1 HDC in the midsections, and here this is the shoulder portion on one side from marker 2 to marker 3. We have reduced the stitches here. 1 HDC into the first DC below, second HDC into the second DC below, and then third and 4 HDCs in the next and next to next stitches are decreased together, and this pattern is followed until here, marker number 3. This is the back portion, 1 HDC onto 1 DC below, and from marker 4 to marker 1 back here, this is the shoulder portion on the other side, and we have decreased stitches the same way. I've reached the end. Take out the marker and yarn over and just make a slip stitch at the top second chain of the very first beginning chain 2 here. This is the chain 2. Insert the hook and make a slip stitch. We have joined the round, put the marker back in place. We are going to begin our second round with cream color, and we are going to make SCs. So chain 1, and this time we are going to make SCs. From marker 1 to marker 2 and from marker 3 to marker 4, the pattern will be same like previous round. This is the front chest portion, and we are simply going to make 1 SC at the top of every upcoming HDC below. And here this is the first shoulder portion. We will be decreasing stitches a separate way. So let's go ahead, and if it poses a difficulty, take out the marker, as we have to make the SC in the same space we made the chain 1. Take out the marker and make a few stitches, and then put the marker back in place. Insert the hook and make 1 SC in the same place we made chain 1, 1 SC into the next stitch, 1 SC into the next SDC below. Put the marker back in place. We need to recognize the stitches well while we are going to sew this to the dress. So this is marker 1, and just keep making 1 SC at the top of every upcoming HDC in the round below. Until marker 2, we'll just make 1 SC onto every HDC. So finish this chest portion with the SCs. I've reached the marker number 2 and made the SC and put the marker back in place, and this is from marker 2 to marker 3 is our first shoulder portion of one of the sides, and we are going to decrease stitches here. So here first make 1 SC into the next stitch, and we'll be decreasing SC2 and SC3 together like this. So 1 SC into the next stitch, and into the next two stitches we'll be decreasing the 2 SCs together like this. So SC1 and SC2 and SC3 are decreased together. SC1 in the next stitch, and SC2 in the next stitch, and SC3 of the next to next stitch are decreased together. 1 SC into the next stitch like this, and SC of the second stitch and SC of the third stitch are decreased together. Again 1 SC into the next stitch, and after 1 on 1 we are going to decrease SC2 and SC3 of the 2 stitches together. Just continue to reach the marker number 3, which denotes the shoulder portion on one of the arms. And the same pattern we're going to follow on to the other arm portion, shoulder portion as well. 1 SC and SC2 and SC3 are reduced together. This gives a little frill-like of appearance on the shoulder. And in this round as well, the body portions on the front and the back side will have the same kind of stitches, 1 SC onto 1 HDC below, and the shoulder portions will have the same kind of decrease on both the sides. SC1 into the next stitch, and SC2 of the next stitch, SC3 of the next to next stitch are decreased together. Just keep continuing like this till we reach the marker number 3. I'm showing here only the front chest portion and one of the shoulder portions, and please continue the same way I have explained on the corresponding 2 sections as well. Take out the marker, make the last stitch for the shoulder portion, the last SC here, and put the marker back in place. Don't forget to put the marker because we need to know the exact positions of the body and the shoulders when we are going to stitch this to the dress. This is the back portion, 1 SC onto every HDC, and then in the next shoulder portion again we'll decrease the stitches the same way we did on the shoulder number 1. Just make 1 SC onto 1 HDC. See you at the end. So we've reached the end of this border, the last round. Make the last SCs and just slip stitch into this chain 1, beginning chain 1. Put the marker back in place. Just cut the thread and secure the knot well here, and sew in all the loose ends wherever properly. This is how it looks. This is one of the shoulder portions. We have reduced stitches here. This is the midsection of both the sides, front and back, and on the other side we have another shoulder portion with reduced stitches. Now we are going to sew it onto the dress. This is how I have fixed this frill at the top of the dress in both the panels, front and back. We had put the markers on both the sides, marker 1 and marker 2. So just insert the markers into the dress as well on one side and secure the entire line, entire border with the dress with the safety pins. And on the back side also I have done the same thing. With the markers on the two sides I have put it into the dress and into the border as well. So the marker is holding the ends and the safety pins are holding. And keep in mind that place this border of the frill below the slit, and according to the back portion you are going to put the front portion frill as many rows below as it is going to fall on the back portion after the slit. So just make sure that you put the markers and the pins on the back side first and then put it on the front side, so as to avoid any inconvenience. I put the dress like this. Just make sure that you have put the stitches, the safety pins well in place, and from one side of this corner marker I am inserting my needle with thread, the same cream thread I am using that I used for making the border. Tie the knot. I am securing both the layers, the dress as well as the border of the frill, and just I am going to sew it with invisible hem. Make small stitches one at a time. So hold it like this and gently put the needle first into the dress, grab the stitch whichever is available, and then take it out onto the border side of the frill like this. Don't tighten it too much. Again, grab the dress stitch and take out the thread from the border like this, and keep making small invisible hem stitches and stretch this dress as well so that it doesn't get all shrunken together. Please make the stitches with a very light hand. We don't have to shrink the dress. So keep stretching it like this. And here suppose we don't have a stitch beneath. We have the stitch here. So into the stitch from the pink portion, then on to the cream portion, take it out. And here we have no stitch below. So just grab the next stitch that is available on the pink on the dress and then take it out on the cream side, that is the frill. When we have the shells beneath, make sure that you secure it well, because that is the main place we are going to sew it. Our pattern is such that we need to find out the stitches and have to secure it really well in the dress as well. It has to be very sturdy. Beneath the slit, we have to be careful that we don't cover the slit. So while putting the border in place with the safety pins, keep everything in mind. I am showing the stitching on one side. I have begun the stitching on the back side first, just to give you an idea of how to sew it well. It has to come up clean as well. So just make small stitches like this and keep stretching the dress as well. I have sewn it under the slit, and now onto the other side. Keep sewing it just like this with the light hand. If you don't get a stitch to grab onto the pink color or the dress side, don't worry, take the thread out from the border, and then nextly we'll get a stitch to grab hold on the dress. So make good stitches when you get a shell beneath. Keep in mind that we have a slit in the back portion. So while putting the frill onto the dress, when we are going to secure it with the safety pin, first attach the frill onto the back side and then accordingly adjust it onto the front side in the same row as done onto the back side, so everything will fall well in place on both the sides. Suppose you are attaching it in the 6th row of the pattern in the back side, so it should be the 6th row on the chest portion as well, where you attach the frill onto the chest side. This is a minor detail just to take care of, to avoid any inconvenience. I have reached this corner stitch. I'll just secure it well here. In the corner, make a few more stitches to secure it well on this. Take out the marker and I'm putting knot now like this, making the knot on this side. A few more knots and it will be done. Cut the thread once you are done and secure the loose end. So this is the back portion and the frill is well sewn on this side. Take out the safety pins. See how clean it has come. With this cream shade I have done it, and it looks so pretty and nice. The same way sew it onto the front side as well. So I have sewn it on the front side as well. See how neat and clean the stitches have come. Sewn in all the ends, loose ends as well, wherever they were. So the dress is now finished. After the slit I put that, and then in the same row I put it on the front panel as well. The shoulder portion has the decreased stitches, and this is the lower portion of the dress, which has the same frill with more number of pineapples here. Upper torso with decreased stitches, and this is the yoke portion, which has a altogether different pattern. Because we were going to put the frill, I made the pattern with chains.